I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-minute convos where I help you create a brand of your own unique, real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good day, Jordan Agricula. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful day?
Doing amazing, man. It's not so beautiful here. It's kind of cold up here in Connecticut, but doing all right.
Well, my friend, it wouldn't be right if I didn't offer to let you know that in draft I have a nice Caribbean sunshine email that I can send. It's warm. I can send it your way if you need to, right?
I appreciate it.
Wonderful. Well, Jordan, please do tell us which of your talents is responsible for us connecting.
It would be podcasting.
Sweet. Tell us about your podcast, please.
Yeah, so I'm a host of a podcast called The Discourse. We just released our 7th episode on Thursday.
Sweet.
So still fairly new.
Yeah.
But like basically the concept of the show is we have guest podcasters on every week, and every week the topic varies depending on what they want to talk about. So we've covered everything from transitioning from the military to being in college to the controversy of people kneeling during the national anthem here in America. So it's been fun. It's been interesting.
I can well imagine. Ooh, it's a great idea, though. It's a very good idea. I love it. So instead of doing the variations of individuals, you do the variations of topics. That's great.
Yeah.
So who did you learn the skill that was necessary to bob and weave out of such conversations?
Trial and error, man. It's something that I've kind of picked up over time. Having conversations and seeing a lot of them kind of get to a dead end because one person or both parties let emotions take over, and it turns from a conversation to an argument. So slowly learning over time how to keep it a conversation, and I found that it's a great way to get to know each other. It's a great way to get to know alternative viewpoints, and I thought, why not bring it to a podcast and kind of spread that, Yeah.
It's an amazing skill. You're a peacemaker. All right, you're a peacemaker. But at the same time, you're the guy that is making unrest, creating unrest.
Yeah, it's a balancing act, for sure.
Yeah, that's intriguing. So you said we. So is it that you're co-hosting this, or is it a panel?
No, it's just me at the moment.
Okay.
I have a few other friends that might be jumping on soon. It's still trying to convince them to see if podcasting is the right thing for them or not.
Yeah.
But as of right now, it's just me.
All right. Well, we know you are the guy that is cooler with the last name Agricula, right? So tell me why you will continue. Like, you're 7 episodes in. Why will you continue?
I think going back to bridging those gaps, it's something that I love doing. So I can't see myself like a reason why I would stop doing that. It's great. It's a great way to get to know people. I've met people, within the campus of the school I'm going to, talking to you, like someone around the world. So it's been really cool that something like this has already provided it so far, and I can only wait to see where it goes from here.
Tell me one other thing that you've done, Jordan, consistently over the last 3 years.
That would have to be being in college. Been doing that for like the last 4 years. So
how does that make you feel?
It's a struggle. Like it's college is hard, man, but it's rewarding because you get exposed to different ways of thinking, new information, new opportunities that you never thought would be available before. Difficult, but proud at the same time.
Definitely a discourse, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So what college are you in right now?
I go to Wesleyan University up in Connecticut.
All right. Why would you suggest to someone that's listening that they do what you've done by taking the thing that you found your strength in and just, sharing it with the world?
What's that saying? If you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. Like I I think that's very true. Like if you are able to find something that you love and have a passion for, I highly suggest that you go for it. The possibilities are there to make a living, to provide for yourself, provide for your future family. You don't have to do, the run of the mill things that may involve you going to work from 9 to 5 every day. It may be something different. It may be working on a farm or whatever. Find that passion and pursue it, because that's what will make you happy in the end.
Love it. Amazing audience. We are live with Jordan Agricula. Again, you could check him out. The name of his podcast, The Discourse. You could definitely check that out where all podcasts are available. Jordan, let's switch gears for a moment now and let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Jordan, what is your earliest childhood memory?
The first one that comes to mind is playing soccer. I think I was in like second grade, and I just remember my friend at the time, for some reason, picking up the soccer ball and running like it was a football instead of playing soccer. Like it's good times.
Ooh. How old do you think you were?
Second grade. So that, I think like 7.
Why do you think this memory is so clear?
I don't know. Like it was really the first one that came up after reading your questions that you sent.
Right.
And it was just such a fond memory of being a child and having fun and, not really having a care in the world, but like just focusing on having fun and playing soccer.
Yeah, super cool. Well, can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind?
Yeah, sure.
I love the idea of who you are at depth. You're the individual that allows another individual to express themselves and not judge. Like, it's not like, why is he doing that? But wow, he's doing that.
It's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, and it's good. I think it's a really amazing place to be and an amazing individual to just be around, right? Because hey, it's definitely a part of the discourse, right? Yeah. So keep doing what you're doing. Love it.
Thanks. Appreciate it, man.
You're welcome. If we fast forward to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
Oh man, that would have been 2002. It's a hard one. I would probably say "One Foot on the Sand" by Justin Young. It's a kind of obscure song that not many people will probably know about, but it has to do with Hawaii, where I grew up, or where I was born, and then I moved to California. So it was kind of a song that hit home to reminiscing about Hawaii. So I think that was probably, that's the one that pops in my head right now.
Yeah, it's cool. I'll definitely check that song out. Yeah, send me a link to that song, please.
Yeah, definitely.
Super. All right, my friend, well, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form, so it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready, Jordan?
I'm ready.
Jordan, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Not one particular person. I guess I try and encourage others to do, I guess, what I do all the time. Yeah. So not one in particular.
Are you married?
I'm not.
Do you have children?
I do not.
Do you believe in God?
I did at one point. I grew up religious, but I am no longer religious.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes, I definitely do. Probably like 5.
All right. Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
I don't. I actually haven't owned a TV for like 5 years now.
Wow. What about screen time, the phone and the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
Probably. I want to say it's less than 8, but it probably is above 8.
All right. Jordan, after 1,001 conversations in 3 months in 2016, I came up with a workbook. The idea of it being there are many people that will not come onto the podcast, right? But to get the opportunity to answer the questions, I think it should be there, right? So one of the things the book speaks about is your own unique real statement, right? Which is the equivalent to your mission. If you, Jordan, had to share with us your own unique real statement, the statement that represents Jordan Agricula, what would you say that is?
Can I take a quote from somebody?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. So this is it's a quote by William Penn. So it's I expect to pass through this life but once. if therefore there can be any kindness I can show or any good thing I can do to any fellow human being, let me do it now. I think that's a quote that summarizes me and my mission statement to the core.
Beautiful. Jordan Agricula, this was a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for having me on. If you are listening and would like to listen to my podcast, it's the Discourse podcast.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at the Discourse Pod, or my personal Twitter at Jordan Agricula. And again, thank you so much for having me on, man.
Yeah, you're welcome. This was super, super great. Loved the ending. Woo. Jordan Agricula, thank you for being on what is inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Stay tuned for more from our advertisers.
Diabetes is a mountain pandemic. It's a disease that's not acute but chronic. Similar to this rhyming method, I have simplified the definition, the signs and symptoms, and the complications of diabetes for both adults and children in my books, Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes, and The ABCs of Diabetes for Children. These books are available on Amazon.com, and for more information, you can visit my website, poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.